What is up, ladies and gentlemen, investors of YouTube? It is July 14th, Wednesday, 6:30. Time for our live stream. And I just wanted to open up with this right here, which, as you can see, Virgin Galactic Holdings Inc., SPCE. And we're going to touch on this tonight. Obviously, I've been talking this up, so we're going to discuss kind of what went wrong and looking at the whole trend here. You can see in the last 6 months. Look right here. I may have some internet issues tonight. We shall see. It's been a little laggy here. I tried resetting my internet, but we shall see. So, as for every live stream, we also look at other current prices. We got the 6-month gold spread here. Gold was up to, what are we at here? 1837 for gold. And then for silver, just give the chart a second to switch over here. We have 26.38 an ounce for silver. So some minor gains today, but overall looking pretty good. We have platinum here, which we're waiting for the prices to come up again. Like I said, slow internet tonight. 1148, so almost 1150 there. A little bit of a dip, but it's coming up. Palladium, last thing we're going to look at here. Come on, palladium. $2,853 per ounce. And you can see that trend as well. And then also, I want to start throwing this up on the screen. This was taking quite a bit of time, but Dow Jones is almost up to 35,000. We have the NASDAQ down a little bit today. 14,644, and then the S&P at 4,374, up a little bit today. And again, in the future, hopefully going to have these charts up as well, but internet being what it is today, it's a little difficult. You can see now it's starting to load up. But anyway, let's address the elephant in the room, if you will. Space. So this was a stock that I was feeling very confident in. If you've been watching the last few episodes, this is a stock that I've traded with great success so far, especially this year. I just want to pull up my numbers on my personal account here because I was looking at them today. So right now, as it stands, of course, internet, but rough numbers. My current holding in Space is down about 30% this week, and which translates to about $500 because I had some of my own money in there. Because again, the TD Ameritrade account that we are setting up isn't ready yet for our channel here, but that's about $500, give or take. But if I were to, and this is all on my phone that I'm doing this right now, but if I were to look at my cost basis and look at my year-to-date trend on Space, it's up over $800. So even if I were to sell now, I'd still be up in Space. But that brings me to my point. We all have difficult weeks, and this has definitely been, first 3 days of the week. Obviously, tomorrow's Thursday and Friday, and then the weekend. But it's been one of those weeks for me, definitely. But and this is just, I guess, investing advice, but also can go into life as well, which you find a lot of advice that relates to investing also can be turned into life advice as well, because your life and investing go so much hand in hand. But it's looking like we might have an issue. Do we? No, everything's good on my end. All right, YouTube. See, that's what I'm talking about. Just technical errors and everything. But anyway, hopefully things are still going. But it's been a tough week, and then obviously this is one of the things, but I'm not giving up on this position. I've been talking about this, and there are points where you have to stick to it. You have to stick to what you say. You have to stick to your guns and stay in it, even when things get rough with, like the stock, for example. It's down, a third in the last 3 days, which is a lot. But I'm not getting out of this. I'm staying in it. And if anything, I'll probably throw more money into it by the end of the month, because I believe in this stock. You can see up here, midterm, bullish, long-term, bullish. That's because the reason the stock is down is the company decided to come out and say that they were going to shelve $500 million worth of new shares or something like that, which caused the stock to sell off here. Panic selling. But they can sell it all they want, but the fact of the matter is, even though my account is down, I have 35 shares of this company. That's some of my money, and then the 15 or 10 shares, whatever it was, that I bought for this channel originally, which I'm still keeping the two separate. I have the amounts, but at the end of the day, they can't take away those shares, and I know that this company is going to go up. So they can short the stock, they can do whatever they want, but at the end of the day, I'm staying in, and it's coming back up, and I'm not moving on this position. That's my opinion. And sometimes when things get rough, that's when you really have to decide if you're going to stick it out and stay true to what you believe, or if you're going to let something, a small 3-day drop, change your mind about something that you've been feeling very good about, that you've traded, that you've done a lot of good in. If you're just going to let this little drop change your opinion. They can't take away the shares. This is a volatile stock. You can look at it right here, right? There's no denying that. But if you were to catch it here, right, you make a lot of money. You catch it here, you lose a lot. But if you caught it here and you sold it here, guess what? You're making money at these two drops, right? I mean, hell, you could have bought it up here and sold it on the way down over here, and you still would be even. So, just a general lesson. Don't, I guess, give up on something that you feel so strongly about, and keep at it, stay in it. And you know what? Yeah, I was wrong. I didn't expect the company to come out and say that they were going to be doing what they did. It was a historical launch, and I think that's a huge step for the company, which I like. I just don't like the selling of more options. I get it, but that's what we are facing here currently. So it is what it is. And we're going to get into some other stocks and we're going to leave this behind us. And just remember what's going on over here. And then you can see the Dow Jones over here and everything else. I think we might not have gone over Bitcoin, but big shocker, Bitcoin is down. It's been on a downward trend, but we'll see what happens with that as well. So let's get into some other stocks and let's see what's going on. So we have some trending stuff here. I'm going to take a look at these because I can go into my list, but it's going to be the same ones. So we'll see what's going on with other things. So we got mRNA, which is a biotech company. They were working on a coronavirus shot. They're up almost 5% today. Waiting for it to load. All right. Just waiting on things to go through. All right. Well, we can at least get this. So we got Moderna. Stock rises Wednesday. Outperforms market. So I guess they reached $100 billion in net value, which puts them up there. So I guess that's the good news for them. I guess that's why they are up. But no, did I do that wrong? Oh well. All right, we're gonna look at Apple again because I think Apple's been doing good this week. Again, sorry for all the technical difficulties tonight. For some reason, the internet is not being generous to us tonight. And as such, everything that has to go through the internet is going to have issues. And then the internet does that where it likes to freeze. Here we go. Hopefully it'll come up now. So Apple was up 2.41%. Just waiting on the chart to load here so that way we can actually get a good visual. Yeah, I mean, Apple's been killing it this week. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Might have to start dumping some money into Apple. There we go. I mean, that's just an incredible trend. This stock could probably hit 200, no problem. I mean, it's just that insane. But feeling good about this one. So double moving average crossover, commodity channel index, blah blah. So yeah, I feel good about Apple. I've been seeing it go up, so obviously Apple's just one of those companies that always going to be bullish, or pretty much always. So that's one that I'm going to probably get into with the remainder of my account money and stay in it. Just want to look at GM, see how GM's doing, because we were looking at that stock and I haven't really been following it too closely, but we'll just see how we're doing here. Alright, this internet's really driving me crazy tonight. Of course, as soon as all today, when you're working all 8 hours, it's totally fine, and then you hop on to do some stuff after work and internet's just not working. But hey, at least it works during the day when you're needing to work. So let's see if maybe it's just Yahoo. I mean, I can see YouTube's having errors here as well for the stream. But there we go. So it looks like a little bit of sell-off here. Short-term bullish, mid-term bearish, and then long-term bullish. So they're probably thinking within the next month it's going to go up, and then between now and 9 months from now it'll be down, and then within a year it'll be up. Most likely that's kind of their thought process on this one. Yeah, I mean, it's down a little bit here. Market's the market. I do want to get into some short selling soon, but just gonna wait on that. Gotta see how the market trends. So let's look at Bank of America if it wants to load. Oh, that's great. All right. Well, it's currently looking. Oh, maybe it wants to work now. Yeah, I think we're having too many technical issues tonight. I don't even know if this is going on, like as far as YouTube. But I'm really not sure how long I'm really gonna have to wait around for this. So without this really being available to us and everything kind of, oh, is it working now? Don't you love it? Well, let's look at the year. Maybe the internet wants to work. This is just ridiculous. I mean, at least the stream is saying that's healthy, but the internet's saying otherwise. Yeah, neither of these are wanting to load right now, so that's just technical difficulties. I mean, hopefully we can get this all fixed, or it fix itself soon. I guess this is kind of working here, but yeah, you can see Bank of America's been going up. They started around 25, yeah, give or take. It's been hanging around 25 around here, and then in December it started taking off, or maybe November. Yeah, November started taking off, and now it's up in the 40s. So it's gone up, almost doubled, from 25 to 45, or well, 43, 44, something like that. Now it's 38.86. So Bank of America is kind of one of those stocks that it's a bank stock. So a lot of people are concerned about its longevity and financials and everything having to go on just in general with owning stocks in banks. Bank collapses. I mean, it's quite difficult to stay positive in that investment, but it can be done. Is this Bank of America? I guess it is. Yeah, so this is looking like it's going to be a negative trend coming up here, to me, just because of how you can see, like, there was a high here and it dropped down to a low, and it came back up, and then it hit a high there, and it continued to go lower as far as the highs here. So I think if this continues downward, because it's been hitting this 38.78 mark here, so that's kind of the resistance that's been bouncing between. So eventually it's going to break this, and it could go down or it could go up. You can kind of see that in this trend. So it goes up, it hits a peak, comes down, hits another peak, And the general trend is just you're moving upwards, right? The highs get higher and the lows get higher. But on a negative trend like over here, your lows just keep on getting lower until it reverses and then it gets high. So that's why, I'm kind of, a little iffy about this one. So we'll see what that general trend looks like. But it keeps on getting resistance at 38.78 or, high 38s. So short term bearish, mid-term bearish. Yeah, we can understand that. Long term bullish. So they say in the long term, year plus, or 9 months plus technically, but that'll go up. I mean, just look at this. That huge drop from 35, give or take, to 20. And there's more here. It's just not loading. But, and then it bounced back quite fast. But this was all during the pandemic. This was probably like, all the money that they were passing, all the programs that the government was doing, where a bank, of course, gets that money flowing through it. So that's why I see that going up. But if there were to be like an 07 crash or something, housing markets or the financial markets going down for whatever reason, that, these stocks are very volatile. You can see when a big event like that happens. So, but let's try getting into whatever this one is. Is this an IPO? Could be, with those neutrals. Yeah. So, I'm not too sure about this one. Hopefully Yahoo, or the Bing search will pop it up. Chinese vehicle for a hire company. Interesting. I mean, that could be a good investment for the long term, holding it, depending on how markets shift. China is an emerging market. Normally, this is what you see with an IPO. When it first gets introduced, most of the time it drops. Just what I've seen in IPOs that I've watched. So I want to keep an eye on this. I might add it to my my general watch list and watch its progress. Again, China, emerging market, and I think that this could definitely be a stock for the future, but I don't know. I don't know too much about it. All I've seen is that it's it almost looks like a car rental company or something like that. So that's going to be some interesting, but yeah, it's not looking like things want to really load and cooperate. It would be an interesting one. Here we go. So this one's ExxonMobil. Hopefully it pops up here. And I'm pretty sure we looked at this before, because this was kind of one of those ones where we discussed dividends and how dividend rates work and all that. But recently I've been seeing that crude oil has been going down, and obviously an oil company is dependent on crude. So, yeah, you can see it's down. But again, pretty stable over this last year. It's not a stock that really moves too much. And here's your crude oil that I was talking about. I think it's something having to do with Saudi Arabia or the Aramco. Something having to do out there. Interesting. Well, that's going to take forever to load, but there's your coronavirus dip, and it's just kind of came back up, but it's still on this general downward trend that we've been seeing the last few years. If you look at the max, it's definitely gone up. It had a height, I think it was like 2010 or 2015, somewhere in between there. But since then it has gone down. Where is that? 2008 and then 2014. So yeah, that's 100 give or take, and then that's an 80. So yeah, that's the peak in 2014. It's kind of been on this downward, right? We saw a dip here in the early 2000s. That was around 9/11 and the invasion into Afghanistan and Iraq. And then the 2007-2008 market crash took it down. So this is a stock that definitely feels the market trends in general. When the market's down, the stock is down. But it's going to be interesting to see if it goes from 60 back up to 100 or 120, or if it stays down and continues to go down to like 40 a share. Again, this is a stock that people hold for the dividends, not exactly for the short-term gain. You can see crude oil here. Why is this Colgate? Interesting. See if we can pull it up here. I just know that the general trend is down, like ExxonMobil. But, of course, Kramer would buy. Could be worth 25% more. ExxonMobil is one of those things I might get into personally just for the dividend. My personal account, as far as just something to gain. Since I also have this account, which I will be using for more of those short-term stocks. And internet's acting up again, so. But see if any of these will open. I mean, this is just bad night for the internet. Well, things just may not be working again. Alright, well, I'm kind of tired of waiting for this internet to work, and it's going to continue to do this. It'll come back a little bit and then, go off and all that stuff. So I'm just going to stream there. The things I need to remember for the rest of the week is if you got the money and the know-how to do it. Personally, I would short space, Virgin Galactic. It's definitely going to go down some more. But I think overall in the long term, it is going to be going up, and I'm going to continue to hold it, and I might even buy more of it at the right price. ExxonMobil is going to be something that I explore on my personal account. The high dividends and possibility of going up, and I think that Apple's another good investment. They're bullish on all fronts, and it's going to be a good thing to get into. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this crude oil. It's going down a little bit right now, as you can see with Chevron, Exxon, Conoco, Hess. All these companies are down currently, but once they get their stuff figured back out, it's going to go up. So you can bet on that. But again, everything that I've said tonight is not investing advice. This is solely my opinion. And, stay safe out there. Space might not, or Virgin Galactic might not have worked out how we'd wanted, but, we have to just keep at it and don't give up. So, with that, I'm going to be signing off, and hopefully everybody enjoys the rest of the week and get some big gains, and then on Sunday we will take a look at the week and how everything went, and